Hi everybody, my name is Paula and I'd like to welcome you to my Real Polish Fanatic little corner of YouTube. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending some of your day with me. I do appreciate you being here. Today's an exciting day. I have a brand new to me brand to share with you today. I was sent some gifted PR from a brand called ChromaVerse. She is not new, but she's relatively new, but she's brand new to me. So I'm very excited to get into this package and see what it is all about. The maker of ChromaVerse's name is Gabby and she lives in Florida. Her polishes are all 21 free, vegan, and cruelty free, so that's awesome. She's been open since I believe last November 2024 on Etsy. The bottles in the Etsy store are 11 milliliters. So she's expanding her ChromaVerse on June 3rd and opening up another main site, which will just be her own, ChromaVersePolish.com instead of through the Etsy store. She is keeping the Etsy store open with her 11 milliliter bottles that she currently sells there. The new website will have 15 milliliter bottles, so that's good. And there's a few other differences that I'm going to talk about in just a minute between the Etsy site and the new site that's coming on June 3rd. So Gabby's kind of mission statement, if you will, is empowering fandoms to express their passions through color. So her model, how she works, is every ChromaVerse polish belongs to one of 4 fandom-inspired collections. So there's 4 of them. So there's the Idolized Ink line, and those are shades inspired by K-pop culture and idols. And then there's the Senpai Shades line, and those colors are drawn from the world of anime. She has the Lit Lacquer line, which is book-inspired polishes. And lastly, she has Pixel Polish line, which are gaming-inspired shades. So all of her polishes will fit under one of those 4 umbrellas, if you will. So that's a very fun model to have and to follow in her nail polish. So like I said, right now her polishes, well, depending on timing of posting this video, I'm gonna say right now because I'm taping this before June 3rd. But so right now her polishes are available through the Etsy shop. And you can find her there at ChromaVersePolish.etsy.com. I'll link that in the description down below. Those are all 11 milliliter bottles. And the ChromaVerse is expanding, as I said, on June 3rd. She is launching her direct from ChromaVerse headquarters website, which will be ChromaVersePolish.com. And I'll link that also in the description box of this video. And also, if I can find a Facebook group for her, I will link that. And also her Instagram page, which is just ChromaVerse Polish. So I will link all that in the description. So her new ChromaVersePolish.com site will have the 15 milliliter bottles. The Etsy store will still have the 11 milliliter bottles. And she does plan on phasing out the 11 milliliter bottles at some point. But for now, that's how it's going to work. So another thing that she does is, well, let me give you a little bit of a difference between what you'll find on the Etsy shop and what you'll find on the new website that's opening June 3rd. So on the Etsy shop, as I've said, 11 milliliter bottles that will eventually be phased out. She has 3 new shades that she releases each month. Those 11 milliliter bottles have flat brushes. And it looks like her price range is mostly like $11 to $13. She has a couple things for $10 and a couple things for $14. So anywhere from $10 to $14 is kind of her price range, but it looks like most of her items are $11 to $13. So that's pretty awesome. And with her new website that's opening, she's gonna have the 15 milliliter bottles. And there will be 6 new shades, 3 of which will be the same as what will be on the Etsy store, but then there's going to be 3 kind of exclusive to the new website shades each month. Those bottles have paddle brushes. There's also a newsletter you can sign up for so you can get sneak peeks of what's to come and whatever news she has to share, and there will be coupons and sales and things like that you'll get in the newsletters. So that's all on the new website. So this is kind of, it's a lot to take in. Let me know if you have any questions. Gabby, if you're watching this and if I've said anything incorrectly, please do correct me in the comment section, because most importantly, I want the correct info out there, but this is how I'm understanding it. So yeah, very excited to get into my package. I got a little package here from ChromaVerse Polish. Like I said, this is a brand new to me brand, so I'm very, very excited to see what her polishes are all about. So I think that's all the, oh, one more thing I did want to say is I did read, I was doing a little bit of homework on her so I can make sure to tell you things that I would want to know. So one thing I did see either on her, probably on her Instagram page, one of her posts there, is, you know, with the tariff uncertainty that's going on in the United States right now, she's going to more of a limited run model for her polishes, meaning that once a shade sells out, it probably won't be restocked. So that way she can just get new pigments in, things like that. But so I did want to let you know that they're somewhat limited edition polishes at this point anyway. Hopefully all this tariff nonsense will get straightened out and she can go back to keeping things around a little bit longer. But for now, if you see anything that you really, really want, you may want to go ahead and buy it sooner rather than later. So I think that's all the news that I have to share about the brand right now. We will get into a little bit more as we open up this package and swatch up these nail polishes in there. I'm very, very excited. So let's go ahead and just turn the camera around and jump right in. All right, here's my package from a ChromaVerse Polish. Very, very excited to get into this. She sent me 4 polishes to show you today. Like I said, these were gifted PR, but even though they're gifted PR, all thoughts, views, and opinions will be my own. So let's see what we got. What she did also, what you're gonna see in here is she sent me some mini bottles, some 5 milliliter bottles, just so I could have a few, you know, more colors to share with you. She does not sell those 5 milliliter bottles. Those are just for the swatchers. So she did send me one full size, so we can take a look and see what that looks like. I will not have an 11 milliliter size that she sells on Etsy. I don't think I'll have one of those bottles to show you, but if you think about, if you are familiar with Garden Path Lacquer, I think hers are maybe 12 milliliters, but so it'll be somewhat similar in size to Garden Path Lacquer if you're familiar with that. So let's see what we got here. We've got a little card, connect with us with QR, and here is her websites. This will be the new one that will be starting on June 3rd, chromaversepolish.com. Here's where you can find her now and continuing for at least, you know, the next little while, chromaversepolish.etsy.com. And here, thank you, Paula. Very nice. I like when brands give you a little bit of a personal touch like that. And there's her logo. Very pretty. Very complex and very pretty logo. Like that. All right, so let's see what we got in here. All right, so like I said, I got mini bottles here. You will get either the 11 milliliter if you order from Etsy or the 15 milliliter if you order from her new website. But she just sent those little minis just so I could have a few more colors to share with you guys. So here is what we're gonna be looking at today. So let us see what we have. We'll start with the minis. So like I said, her polishes are all 21 free. They're vegan and they're cruelty free. And they will fit under the umbrella of one of those 4 fandom inspired collections. So let's take a look and see what we have here. We're gonna start with the little mini ones. Look at this beautiful polish. This one is called Venom. I think this is actually called Venomous Touch. I think the label is just a little bit too small. So this one will be called Venomous Touch. This is part of the Idolized Inks line, which if you remember are shades inspired by K-pop culture and idols. This was described as a striking matte polish inspired by Stray Kids Venom. This shade weaves a spell of danger and allure, featuring a deep green base subtly infused with ultramarine pink and scattered with black flakes. That looks so pretty. That's gorgeous. So this one is Venomous Touch is what the actual name is. And then we have this beautiful multi-chrome. Look at this. This one is called Rose Thorn Whisper. This is part of the Senpai Shades line, which is colors drawn from the worlds of anime. This one is described as being inspired by the elegance and complexity of the Rose of Versailles. This duochrome features beautiful red, orange, and pink shifts. So this one is available right now if you wanted to go check out her Etsy store. It's $11, and it will be on the main site when that opens on June 3rd. In the 15 milliliter bottles, and I believe the price will be the same, so I think it's $11 whether you get it on Etsy or you get it on her new main site. So this one is Rose Thorn Whisper. The first one we talked about, Venomous Touch. This one is going to be $13, and it also is on the Etsy site right now in the 11 milliliter bottle, and it will be on the new site starting on and after June 3rd in the 15 milliliter bottle, and it's $13. And then the other little mini that we have here, look at this gorgeous color. That is beautiful. This one is called Fabled Gleam. This one is a brand new color. It's only going to be on her new site on launch day and after, so June 3rd. It will be $11 in the 15 milliliter size bottle only. This was from the Lit Lacquers line, which is a book-inspired polishes. So this was described as a mesmerizing blend of gold, copper, and bronze that shimmers like enchanted treasure, inspired by your favorite fairy tales. This is gorgeous. It looks very, very pretty. All right, and then the one full-size bottle that she sent me, this is what her new bottles, the 15 milliliter size bottles, are going to look like on her main page once it gets opened on June 3rd. There's what her bottles look like. I love the square bottles. This one is called Catch Me If You Can, 15 milliliters. This one you can buy right now on Etsy in the 11 milliliter bottle for $11. And it'll be available on the new site June 3rd. This one is part of the Idolized Inks line, and it is inspired by Ivy's Dynamic Charm. Catch Me If You Can is a show-stopping polish in our Idolized Inks line. This vibrant neon magenta shade captures attention instantly, radiating confidence and fun with every swipe. So this is just a beautiful, hot, hot pink neon type of color. Let's see. That's looking pretty color accurate there with the black behind it. Just a beautiful neon magenta pink. Gorgeous. One other thing I just want to mention, the Lit Lacquers line, which is this one here, is the only one I'm going to show you from the Lit Lacquers line. These are going to be only sold on the new website. So these colors you will not be able to get on her Etsy store. Anything that falls under the Lit Lacquers line, you will not be able to get on Etsy, but everything else will kind of be mostly between the two lines. You'd be able to get either. Every month she's going to put out 3 new shades on the Etsy shop, and on her main website, her new main website, she's going to have those 3 shades also, and then 3 new and different shades also each month on the new website. So I guess those are kind of considered exclusive to the new site and only in the 15 milliliter bottles, but then 3 of them will be between the 2 websites. A little bit confusing, but I think we're getting it. All right, so here were the 4 polishes that she sent me. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I'm gonna go and I'm going to swatch these on my nails. I left my nails purposefully empty, although this hand I do have a kind of a sneak peek of what's coming up from Victorian Varnish in June. Those are her 2 polishes she will have in Hella Handmade Creations, Victorian Varnish, Hella Handmade Creations for June. Little sneak peek there. But I'm going to put these on my left hand, and I'm gonna swatch up a swatch wheel, and then we'll come back and we will take a closer look and explain everything again as we go along. All right, I am back. I have these swatched on a swatch wheel. I have them here on my nails. Look how beautiful these are. I am loving these colors. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. All right, let's just dive in here. First up, we're gonna take a look at her full-size bottle. This is the 15 milliliter size. This one is called Catch Me If You Can. This is from the Idolized Inks line, and it is a show-stopping polish in our Idolized Inks line. This vibrant neon magenta shade captures attention instantly, radiating confidence and fun with every swipe. I will say all of these had excellent formulas. Even those mini bottles with the mini brushes went on so smooth and so nicely to my nails. Very, very impressed with that. So this is Catch Me If You Can. Here you can see that one on my index finger. Let me put the black behind here and see. It is bright. It is a bright pink, and it's coming out a little bit more corally red almost. It is not, this is like a bright neon pink. This is like a very, very bright pink, like a magenta pink. It is not really that kind of corally, dulled color at all. This is beautiful and vibrant and bright and beautiful. Love that. This is it, 3 coats with a glossy top coat. And let's take a look at that one on the swatch wheel. Here we have it in 1 coat, 2 coats, and 3 coats with a matte top coat. So formula you can see on that first coat, so nice and smooth. Very, very pretty. We're gonna go in here and put on a 3rd coat right here. Oh, such a nice formula and such a beautiful bright pink. I wish I could get that to come out accurately. I will try to take this swatch wheel out into the natural light tomorrow. It's dark outside right now, but I will try to take this outside tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have some sun and we can look at that outside. Hopefully that will get the color a little bit more accurate for us. But this one is Catch Me If You Can. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Oh, I wish it was coming out accurately. This is so beautiful. But like I said, I'll try to take this out tomorrow into the natural light and get a video. And if I can do that, I will put it at the very end of this video after my goodbye. And I will also put a video of me applying these to my natural nails after my goodbyes also. So you can watch for that. So this one, Catch Me If You Can. This one you could buy right now on Etsy in the 11 milliliter size bottle. It will be on the new site June 3rd in this 15 milliliter size bottle, and it will be $11. Up next is this gorgeous, look at how beautiful this color is. This reminds me of like dinosaurs or lizards or something like that. It's so pretty. On the bottle it says Venom. On her sheet that she sent me, the name is Venomous Touch. I think that probably just didn't fit on this little mini bottle label. So look for Venomous Touch if you like this one. This is also part of the Idolized Inks line. A striking matte polish featuring a deep green base, subtly infused with ultramarine pink and scattered with black flakes. This is gorgeous. Now to my eye, I'm not seeing any of the pink. Trying to see. I'm not seeing any of the pink. I think maybe it's probably there and probably just adds like a little bit of dimension that you don't even really realize you're seeing. This is just beautiful. This is this one on me. So this one will dry down matte, but this is 3 coats with a glossy top coat. I feel like that's more accurate, yeah. It's a little bit darker than what it was showing with that black. But here, this is very accurate to color. It is so beautiful. It's just like like a forest green almost, and then I'm seeing like a golden kind of shimmer, and then those black flakes. This, I don't know, this just brings to mind dinosaurs for some reason, but this is beautiful. I am loving this color. Let's take a look at that one on the swatch wheel. That one is right here in 1 coat, 2 coats, and 3 coats with the matte top coat. So pretty. You can see how that builds up with each coat. It does have a little bit of a tinted base, but I'll bet you could use this in 1 coat as a topper. So let's go in, we'll put on a 3rd coat here on the swatch wheel. Like I said, even with these little mini brushes and bottles, the formulas went on so easy and so smooth. I'll go back and show you her full-size brush also here in just a minute. But here is Venomous Touch. This one is available right now in the 11 milliliter size on Etsy, and it'll be on the new site on June 3rd in the full 15 milliliter size, and the price is $13 for this one. It's so pretty. And here that is on me, 3 coats with a glossy top coat. And here's that first one, Catch Me If You Can, 3 coats on me with a glossy top coat. That's coming out on the swatch wheel a little bit more color accurate there. It still seems a little bit off on my nail, but if you can see just like this beautiful bright pink, it's even brighter than that and pinker, but that's a little bit closer than it is on my nail for some reason. The camera wants it to be coral, but it is, no, it is like this beautiful pink, more similar to that. All right. Up next we have this gorgeous duochrome, multi-chrome. This one is called Rose Thorn Whisper. This one is from the Senpai Shades line, and it is described as a duochrome featuring beautiful red, orange, and pinky shifts. This one is in the Etsy store right now for $11 in the 11 milliliter size. It'll be on the main site when that opens on June 3rd in the 15 milliliter size. Gorgeous. That one on me is right here. 3 coats with a glossy top coat. It does have quite a bit of shifts in it. I'm loving this. The camera is not really wanting to show the shifts too much. Again, hopefully tomorrow I can take the swatch wheel and probably my nails too out into the natural light, and we can see some of these shifts and everything a little bit better. Here's that one on the swatch wheel. We have it in 1 coat, 2 coats, and 3 coats with the matte top coat. It's really pretty with the matte top coat also. Let's go in and put on a 3rd coat. And again, you can see in that first coat, even with those little brushes in that mini bottle, look how smooth the formula is. This is so pretty. I'm trying to get some of those shifts for you because I can see them. This one is called Rose Thorn Whisper. And again, it's available right now in Etsy. It'll be on the main site when she opens that on June 3rd, $11. Gorgeous, gorgeous little duochrome here. And I love it with the matte top coat too. All right, then the last one that I have to show you is this beautiful one here. This one's called Fabled Gleam. This is from the Lit Lacquers line, and the Lit Lacquers line, if you remember, will only be on the new site. You will not be able to find anything from the Lit Lacquers line on the Etsy store. So this will only be on the new site once it opens on June 3rd, 15 milliliters. It'll be $11. This one's described as a mesmerizing blend of gold, copper, and bronze that shimmers like enchanted treasure. This is so pretty. Here's that one on me in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. It's just sort of like an antique, bronzy, golden gorgeousness. It's so pretty. It's bronze, it's gold. What else does she say? Copper, yeah, gorgeous. And that one on the swatch wheel is right here in 1 coat, 2 coats, and 3 coats with the matte top coat. Very pretty. Let's go ahead and put on a 3rd coat. So here is that one now in 1 coat, 3 coats, and 3 coats with the matte top coat. I think this one wins glossy. It's fun with the matte top coat, but I think I like this one better glossy. This one is called Fabled Gleam. It will be $11 and only on the new website in the full-size 15 milliliter bottles. Gorgeous. And that one is right here on me in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. And here is the one before, which was Rose Thorn Whisper. 3 coats with a glossy top coat on me. All right, I'm gonna put on a glossy top coat on the swatch wheel, and then we will take one more look. All right, before we look at that swatch wheel, I just wanted to show you the brush. I forgot to do that. This is the full-size bottle. And these have nice wide rounded paddle brushes. So in the 15 milliliter size bottles on her main new website, this is what the brush will look like. I did see her Etsy store, the 11 milliliter bottles. She says that those have flat brushes. So I don't know if that means that they're the skinny flat brush or if they're wider. I'm not really sure because like I said, I didn't get sent one of those. All right, let's take one more look here. First up is Catch Me If You Can. This beautiful, vibrant neon magenta shade. So pretty. There's no flakes, there's no shimmer. This is just true, beautiful neon goodness. Look at how beautiful that is. We have it 3 coats matte, 3 coats glossy, and just 1 coat on its own. Look how nice and smooth that is. So pretty. And then we took a look at Venomous Touch. Here we have it in 3 coats with an actual matte top coat. This is 3 coats how it dried down just naturally, which is to a matte finish. And this is just 1 coat all on its own. I didn't gloss this one up because I have it here on me glossy, so we can take a look at it there. So there it is. If you go left to right, 3 coats with a true matte top coat. 3 coats just how it dried naturally, which is very similar to the matte top coat, and then 3 coats glossy there on my finger. I am just loving this one. Look at that green, and then it has kind of that golden shimmer. And then you can definitely leave it matte or put a matte top coat on just to help preserve your manicure if you like it matte. That is so fun. But then you can also gloss it up. Whichever way you prefer. Look at how pretty that is. And like I said, I bet you could use this as a topper over some certain colors because although it does have a bit of a tinted base, it's not super tinted. So, and then up next is Rose Thorn Whisper. This one is on Etsy right now for $11 in the 11 milliliter size bottle. It'll be on the main site when that opens on June 3rd. Also $11 for 15 milliliters. So here we have that in, let me try this one with the black behind it. Yeah, that's closer to color accurate for this one with the black. So here we have it 3 coats with a matte top coat, 3 coats with a glossy top coat, and just 1 coat all on its own. That's very color accurate actually. This is so pretty. This one was a duochrome featuring beautiful red, orange, and pink shifts. So I'm not seeing anything that really looks red, but I am definitely seeing like the pink and then sort of like the gold or the orangey color. I personally am not seeing under these lights anything that looks very red though, but definitely getting kind of that orange vibe, and then pink, and kind of maybe like a, down at this angle, it almost looks a little bit purple even. Love this one. I love it both with the matte top coat and with the glossy top coat. So pretty. And that one is right here. 3 coats with a glossy top coat on my finger. Gorgeous. Love that one. And then the last one we looked at here, this one is called Fabled Gleam. This one is a brand new color. It'll only be on the new site in the 15 milliliter size bottles because this is part of the Lit Lacquers, which is book inspired. And this one is a mesmerizing blend of gold, copper, and bronze. So pretty. Here we have it 3 coats with a matte top coat, 3 coats with a glossy top coat, 1 coat just on its own. And I'll bet you could use this as a topper over certain colors too. It also has a bit of a, you know, like a tinted type of base, but it's on the thinner side, so I bet you could use that as a topper over some colors. All right, there is Fabled Gleam. 3 coats matte, 3 coats glossy, 1 coat on its own. And here it is on me, 3 coats with a glossy top coat. That one I think needs to be more here, yeah. 3 coats matte, 3 coats glossy, 1 coat on its own. And then 3 coats with a glossy top coat on me. So pretty. I'm really impressed. I'm impressed with these formulas, even though I had got those mini bottles. Like I said, she does not sell those mini bottles. That's only like a swatcher size. But even with the mini bottles and those little bitty brushes, they went on so smoothly. Look at how nice. And even on my nails, so smooth and nice. Very, very impressed, Gabby. Loving these colors. I think if I had to pick favorites, I'm really loving this green. Loving that. And of course the bright pink, which is not coming out pink. That's a little bit closer there. This bright pink, so gorgeous. So I think these two would be my top picks, but I love this duochrome. And this one too is kind of a surprise favorite. I'm not a huge gold wearer, but this is pretty and I think it looks really nice on my, with my skin tone too. So definitely be wearing this one in the future. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and turn the camera around. We're gonna finish this up. All right, so that was my very first polishes from ChromaVerse Polish. Loving them, loving the formulas, loving the colors. So pretty. Here they are on me. Here they are on the swatch wheel. 3 coats with a glossy top coat on my nails. Loving them. Love, love, love. I'm very happy. Can't wait to see what else she comes out with. Like I said, she has been in business on Etsy since last November, so she is experienced, but she's brand new to me, and I'm so excited that she sent me these 4 polishes to share with you all. I love seeing newer brands and brand new to me brands. Love it. Love sharing them with you too. So let me know in the comments whatever is on your mind. Have you heard of ChromaVerse Polish before? I'm going to link all of her websites, and if I can find a Facebook group and her Instagram, I'll have all that linked down in the description of this video. Stay tuned after my goodbye, and I will insert my application video going on my nails, and if I can get this swatch wheel out in the sun tomorrow, I will put that also at the end after my goodbye so you can see what it looks like out in natural light, and hopefully that bright pink will show up. Let me see. Let me see if it looks closer from further away. I think maybe that does look a little bit better. It may be looking too red. I'm not sure, but it is a beautiful magenta-y pink. Love it. Super bright. That's all I have for you. So, like I said, let me know in the comments anything on your mind. If you've heard of ChromaVerse, what you thought of any of these, which were your favorites. But otherwise, I just want to thank you so much for stopping in and spending some of your day with me. I really do appreciate you being here. I want to thank Gabby from ChromaVerse Polish for sending these to me as gifted PR. I am loving them. I cannot wait to see what comes next. So happy. Thank you for sending them. But that's all I have. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I am just gonna say goodbye for now. Stay tuned for the application video and hopefully some natural light video tomorrow.